My name is Riley.
My name is Jordan.
My name is Andy.
My name is Emmett.
My name is Zoe.
My name is Madison.
My name is Mia. My name is Kinsey.
My name is Kayla.
I'm a victim.
I am a victim. This is my story.
I am a victim.
And this is my story.
I am a victim, and this is my story.
This is my story. And this is my story.
And this is my story.
This is my story.
I was pinched, tripped, kicked, punched, slapped.
And it was going on for a few weeks. I mean, they would throw a chair at me. They would just come up to me and talk to me, and like they were rude, and I didn't think anything of it. At first I thought, they're just being weird. But then it started to get worse. Like, it was more than once a day. It was every day. It was hitting.
I've been called many names, like stupid, ugly, dumb. I've been jumped on. I've been pinched. I've been shoved.
And then I went to the bathroom. I just had to go to the bathroom. And they were in there. And I went in the bathroom, came out to wash my hands. And they punched me. And I was wondering, I was telling them to stop. And I said stop. And then they middle fingered me.
In 4th grade, I was just walking home from school on a regular day with my sister. And I was just walking past the middle school, and there was just this one kid. He was way older than me. He was in 8th grade, and I don't know what his deal was, but he just came up to me, and he hit me and punched me and threw me into a tree.
And then I was just walking out because I was annoyed, and they pushed me threw me against the locker bathroom door, talking to me every day in choir. They would throw a chair at me.
So, a while ago, in about 1st grade, I was not very social, and a lot of people made fun of me for it, and it just made me more of an outcast, I guess you could say. And over the years, I've been picked on for that.
So, in 4th and 3rd grade, this one girl, she went up to me and started telling stories like the bathroom is haunted and stuff had happened. And I was really gullible then, so I had believed her. And I was terrified. And she started telling me so many other stuff. And I was just terrified. And I started to become her friend. And so when I was in kindergarten, I was bullied by my friend, somebody who I thought I was my friend, for 2.5 years. So it started one day on the playground. She got jealous of me hanging out with other people, and she started pulling me away from them, which I thought, oh, this is strange. So I just kind of let it happen. And then it progressively got worse through the week to the point where she started pushing me, and then pushing me away, pushing the other people. And then I told my mom when I got home from school, and my mom was like, okay, I'll let your teacher know about it.
In 3rd grade, we were in the talent show backstage, and my friend and I were having a great time until another older kid walked up and he started making fun of me, and I didn't like it. And I told him constantly to stop, and that's the way I wouldn't like to be treated. And at that moment, he stopped since we had adults around us backstage. And then once the adults went out to help, he started to make fun of me even more.
In the past bullying experience, I have been poked, hit, called rude names, but one of the worst, I have had property broken.
So, and yet after a while, she started abandoning me for somebody else. She said, no, you can't come hang out with us. I just want to hang out with this one person. And I would just be stuck, left out, just sitting on a bench all alone.
And I never really got any help.
Told everybody. Nobody really cared. Told the duty aides. Nobody really cared. But then once I told my mom, she still didn't really do anything. She still called the principal. Still nothing happened.
And these two girls, they come up to me and they say, nobody cares about you. You are stupid. Will never be as smart as me and will never be as strong as me.
And I just ran out of the bathroom and I told my teacher.
So I go up to my math teacher and I tell her, and
Just told her, and then that night I told my mom, and my mom was very upset.
the math teacher, she yells at me and she says, sit back down, nobody cares. The exact words.
Then after that, I just walked home. I told my dad.
So then I stayed after school and I wrote up a bully referral form and I talked to my teacher about it.
So my mom talked to the teacher and I felt like something was happening.
So when I got home, I told my mom what happened, and she called the principal. We had to file a bully report, so we did. And that same day, everybody had called in to be shared their stories.
And so I'm sitting there thinking nobody cares, not even my teacher. She just told me to shut up and sit down.
Girls basically just said they didn't think it would bother me and they didn't think that it really mattered and they shouldn't be in trouble, that I was just making a big deal out of it.
And the next day, I had a meeting with the teacher to tell her about the story. And she said she'd see what she could do. But when he got in trouble, he wouldn't stop. He'd beat me up, he'd hurt me, and he started to hurt my sister. And he just didn't stop. He hurt us, he beat us up, and even though he got in trouble, like, it just didn't faze him at all. It's like he just did it for fun.
And I felt like something was happening at that moment, but then once it went on, nothing really happened and the kids started to make fun of me still.
She stopped for a couple days, but then she started with the same pattern. She started to pull me away and then pushing my other friends, and then it got worse.
And nothing was ever good enough for them, and that made me upset.
I just wanted someone to hang out with because I've just been a bit of an outcast, not really noticed by anybody.
And I was attempting to do the monkey bars, and she stood underneath me and pulled my legs off the monkey bars, and I landed in the wood chips. And I came home with scratches all over my arms, and my mom was concerned. She was worried that I was getting kicked and things.
Like I was dumb. Not really worth anything. Just, I was retarded. And that suicidal thoughts came to me. I'm dead serious. And nobody cared. Nobody cared at all.
And bullying, it just doesn't stop. And even when you go to someone like your mom or your teacher or the principal several times, it never changes.
Girls basically just said they didn't think it would bother me and they didn't think that it really mattered and they shouldn't be in trouble, that I was just making a big deal out of it, and that just bothered me, that no one believed me.
If I could tell him something, I would tell him to just stop. Like, this isn't right. You can't do this to kids. This is not what you should be doing.
So she talked to the principal. And the principal talked to the girl. And then the next year, they put us in separate classes. But she wasn't doing the pushing and the shoving in the classes. She was doing it at lunch and recess.
So,
And if I could say something to that bully right now, I would say that's not the way I would like to be treated, and you shouldn't go around doing this, because if you think about the golden rule, you have to treat others the way you want to be treated.
If I could say something to the people that hurt me, I would tell them there isn't anyone that is perfect in this world. You aren't perfect either. And if I judged you for all the stuff that wasn't perfect about you, it would hurt you as much as it hurt me. And it doesn't feel good. It's not something that you want to feel every day. It's not something you want to live with.
I think he targeted me because he knew that we were like some of the youngest people backstage, and he probably saw that my friend and I were having a good time, and he thought he wanted to make himself feel better and then make us feel worse so he could feel equivalent.
I started to think of myself as just a nuisance that nobody cared about. I just felt like if I moved schools or I was gone, nobody would care or notice. I just became even more of an outcast than I was before. It just hurt. Because I've never really had that many friends. I've never really fit into a group. I just became even more disconnected from the world, and it just hurt that nobody was there. It felt like nobody else really understood the pain that I was having.
That I didn't deserve to get hit and that you shouldn't have done it because I was just little and I just didn't know why you were doing it.
And it breaks your heart to look in the mirror and not be proud of yourself and want to change yourself.
If I could tell those two girls today, I would tell them that, like, you might think it's nothing, but it really does hurt. And it could bother you for a while, for a long time.
Still hurts because she left me with memories. I don't really remember anything from kindergarten to second grade besides her. So I am mad that she did take those memories, but she did leave me with better ones, that I knew I had good friends to back me up in this situation, so I am grateful for that.
When I look in the mirror, I feel disgusted in myself. I feel like I shouldn't look this way, and I feel ugly. I feel worthless. And I feel like I shouldn't be here now.
During recess, she kept pushing, then it got worse. She pushed me on the concrete and then started kicking me and then zeroed me away from my friends.
But if I were to tell these people, for the girl, I would have just told her, I don't care what kind of insecurity you have at your home. Just don't take it out on other people. If you want to tell stories, don't make them scar people for a long time. Make them terrified to be home alone. Make them terrified just to be alone.
And she had to purchase a new sweater. And in that moment, I felt relieved that the bullying had stopped. But at the same time, I felt bad for her since she got in trouble.
There's nothing really you can do. Just you're overwhelmed. You have no power to take care of it. And the only people who don't.
it was unfair in the way that he did something very bad to me and he didn't get in consequences for it, and that he got away, because you can't just do bad. The way life goes is you can't do bad things and not get consequences for it.
And it got so bad that we had to move from that school to a different location.
If I could tell something to the bullies today, I'd say cut it out. I don't care what kind of bad day you're having, but you're just making everybody else's worse. You're hurting the feelings of people that want to be at school, that like school, and you're just making them not want to. You're making people who genuinely love learning and people who love playing hate everything about that. Hate themselves for years and still do because of tiny things and faults they find about them. And I feel worthless, and these friends, these people I thought I'd safe with are yelling at me and telling me that I'm not cool, that I'm weird, and that I'm a little different, and that I'm not accepted, and that I'm just not somebody who they want to hang out with. And I don't know why. I don't know why these people don't want to hang out with me ever. I don't know why these people leave me. I don't know why these people bully me. I just don't know. And it hurts. It hurts a lot. And I'll go home into my pillow and I'll just sob because I don't want to tell my mom. I don't want to tell anyone. I just want to be alone.